Now it's recording here. It's recording there.
Yeah.
All right, syncing up the audio in 3, 2, 1. Hi, paisanos!
现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋。
All right, everybody, so I'm really bad at doing announcement videos. I'm going to try not to waste y'all's time too much. I got 4 announcements to do, so just bear with me and I'll get through them. So earlier in this year, like around New Year's, I released an announcement video, and in that announcement video, I kind of laid out my plan for the year as far as music releases, right? So in that plan, I detailed how I would be releasing 4 albums and 1 compilation project. So far in this year, I've released Kingdom Come, which is my collab album with Solemn Deus. The second thing I was releasing was my collab album with Blaiden, which is Emergency. Then my third project I was supposed to drop was I Guess, my collab album with Matthew the Artist, which was supposed to drop today. I'll get back into that. And then the 4th release for that year was going to be Growing Pains, which is my next solo project. And then to like end off the year in December, I would be dropping the compilation album. So it pains me to announce that I Guess, my collab album with Matthew the Artist, has been unfortunately canceled. Basically, the album just wasn't turning out good. There were some good elements to it, but overall the album was kind of a slog. It was not turning out good. It was very low quality, especially comparing to both Kingdom Come and Emergency, which I think turned out fantastic. And Matthew and I just couldn't like figure out how to fix it within the time period, and we're just not making any momentum on it. So I made the decision to go ahead and cancel it. Now, that being said, there's good stuff that was in there, and that good stuff is going to get recycled into other projects, including one I'll talk about later on in this video. So the second announcement is Growing Pains, right? The next solo album that I've been working on since before A-Track's even released. It is not coming out this year. It is not canceled, but it is postponed until at least next year. So the reason for that being that this is an album that is incredibly important to me, and it's one of the most ambitious things I've tried to work on, and it's something that is uniquely personal and serious in ways that I'm not used to releasing and working on. It's an important project to me, and I want to make sure it has enough time in the oven to reach the level of quality that I need it to reach. Now, I'm not going to be putting a release date for that album. I'm going to be trying to release it next year, and as soon as it's done, I'm going to kind of slate it for release. But the biggest thing is I don't want a release date because that's just going to put rushing and pressure on it that I think could deter from the project. Now, that being said, I'm not a perfectionist, if y'all can tell the quality of everything I've made. So that means that you don't have to worry about Growing Pains just being in a forever developmental hell, never releasing and never anything happening with it. I know exactly what I want to do with it. It's just going to take some time to do, especially with some of the more intensive vocal elements that I'm going to try to be getting classes for in order to kind of match what I wrote with what I can actually perform and do. So then announcement number 3. So the compilation album, formerly titled Led Zeppelin 4, an album by Nathan King, a compilation album, is canceled, and this is not looking good so far. Oh, Tim, you released 2 projects, you promised 5, then one's canceled, one's postponed, and then another's canceled, but this is actually good news, believe it or not. So basically, the original concept for the compilation album was to take all of the singles that I released between 2021 and 2022 and just dunk them on a project, not really touch them or mess with them, and then throw like 1 extra song on there. So that's been scrapped, and that has instead been replaced with a mixtape. And this mixtape I think is going to be pretty exciting because it takes a lot of the elements from that compilation album but expands upon it in a way that offers y'all a lot more that you haven't seen before. The percentages might be a little off, but it's going to be about 1/3 of it is going to be pre-release material, 1/3 of it is going to be pre-release material that has been reworked to its definitive versions, cleaned up, new mixes, new recordings, new whatever the songs needed to kind of be touched up and turned into something that was better quality and met its own potential. And then the last third of it is going to be entirely new songs, including cuts from Kingdom Come, Emergency, I Guess, as well as other songs that I've come up with since the beginning of this year and over the course of last year, singles that I came up with and didn't release. That's another one that doesn't have a release date yet, but that's because it's about 80% done as is, but I got a lot of financial and scheduling issues that are going to be a little difficult to figure out. Currently, it's looking like the mixtape is going to be dropping in December, But if we finish it beforehand, because Blaiden and I have been working on it, if we finish it early, I might release it early. Once it's done and ready to go, I'll drop a release date. I'll keep y'all in the know. And when it's releasing, I'm going to be doing a watch party premiere on the Mythos Multimedia channel. We did those for like Kingdom Come and Emergency, and those were a lot of fun. Even if you don't like the project, it's just nice to see people's reaction, good or bad. And like I said, I hope that with all the polish I've been trying to put on this, that this turns into something that y'all fuck with. Yeah, overall, the mixtape is going to be called Chapter 1. This is the cover art, and I think it's going to be pretty dope. I think at the very least, the amount of diversity and the amount of different sounds and ideas that are crammed into this project, you're going to find something you like. I guarantee that. Whether or not you like everything, I mean, I hope so, but I guess we'll just have to see. And that leads us into announcement number 4. So this one, I'm going to have Blaiden come up and get the fuck over here. Come back. All right, so I guess we're doing like that. All right, so the fourth announcement. All right, so the fourth announcement for this video is that I thought Emergency went so well, and I've had Blaiden here for 2 months working on the mixtape as well as some other things, and he and I have come to a conclusion that we got more shit like Emergency in us, and when we collaborate, we make some pretty decent shit. So we have made the decision to get the fuck over here. Emergency was really good. No, you're not gonna try to make yourself taller, you piece of. So anyway, Emergency turned out really good. We work really well together, despite wanting to fucking kill each other while we do it. So we've decided to make a music group together, and so we've decided that we're going to be part of a music group together, and that music group is going to be titled BATHSALT. Because of that, Emergency is now retroactively the first BATHSALT album, so that's cool, I guess. With BATHSALT, it is going to be a lot like Emergency. It's going to be chaotic, it's going to be irreverent, it's going to be edgy, but it's also going to be having a focus on high quality with both the production and the rapping. I think we got some good ideas cooking, and we've been having a lot of fun coming up with shit over the last like 2 months. So the plan we're initially working with is to drop 1 project a year, maybe more, maybe, just kind of figure out what we can do, but try to have consistent releases with us both, because we just have a lot of ideas we want to get through. And with that, we talked about it on the Emergency Q&A stream, which if y'all have not seen, you should, because it's a complete fucking clusterfuck. We announced it on there, and now we're going to announce it in video form that BATHSALT's second project is now in the works. So if you watch that Q&A stream, you'll see the kind of creative development process behind Emergency. And what it basically all boils down to is that the majority of it, from the concept of the album, the beat picks, the prompts for beat commissions, the directions of the songs, the features, basically all of that, Sawi, the opening skit, all of that was kind of my idea, more or less. And Blaiden, in his infinite frustration, has decided to get revenge on me. And that's going to be reflected in BATHSALT's second project, which is going to be a project entitled Emergency 3. Now, the concept for this project is that, with a few exceptions here or there, I'm going in completely blind. That is to say, I'm going into the premiere of the album blind. If that sounds like a bad idea to you, just imagine how I feel. But it should be interesting, and it should hopefully be something pretty good and fun. I fucking hate you. No. We're done.
My psychiatrist advised that these grams rot livers. I ain't got a role model, cause my dad's not with us. Got these bad thoughts, plotting off these crack rock dinners. Guess a lot of shit can happen on a BATHSALT bender.